Hi guys, welcome to the AlwayzGamesTV Show, episode 20. I am your host, Roger Knowles, joined by Tom Simpson once again. Hello, sir.
Hello.
How are we doing?
All right.
This glorious Sunday afternoon, we're inside doing a recording.
Really warm.
It's really, really warm in here. That's one of the reasons why I've turned off the PlayStation 4, because it was pumping out some heat. So I'm like, let's try and keep this room as cool as possible, basically. I don't suffer too badly with the heat, but you get warm really, really quickly.
Ours get cooked by the sun, really.
Yeah.
But we're inside.
Yeah,
so
we're not too bad. It is, again, I think every time we do a recording, it's sunny.
I'm only getting half the rads, so that's fine.
Rads.
Yeah.
Oh, Fallout 4. So welcome back to the Always Games TV Show. As you know, this show we talk through some of the latest topics and news on the video games industry and a little bit extra, including films and basically what the hell we've been up to recently. It's kind of a bit bare bones for news once again this week. I think we're truly in the lull before the storm of E3.
Yeah.
I think everybody's holding back a lot of their announcements and a lot of information. We've got mainly one topic to talk about, which I think will be fairly brief, but I also want to talk about Always Games TV. So that's actually going to be a topic in itself. But until then, what have you been playing recently?
Not a lot.
Oh,
No,
no,
not
not on your PlayStation as much.
I went on EDF again for like a couple of nights or one night.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
I found, which I told you this, but I'm going to say it on the show, I found the first ever Earth Defense Force game. I'm going to have to show you it.
Oh, on the
Retro game console.
What console was it on?
It was, I have no idea. I think it was on the Nintendo, I think.
There's quite a few. SNES, NES, 64.
The original Nintendo console. The NES. The Nintendo.
NES.
Yeah.
Right.
It's nothing like what Earth Defense Force is now.
I can imagine.
It's a side-scrolling shooting thingy. But yeah, I didn't mean to mention that too. But it's good. It's not really good at all. But it's interesting. But no, my gaming has been fairly bare bones recently. I've been playing quite a bit of the closed beta of Marvel Heroes Omega, which is happening right now on the PlayStation 4 until the 18th of May, I believe. So I'll be having a little bash on that, which is kind of a MMO version of Diablo with Marvel characters. It's very much like Marvel Ultimate Alliance and X-Men Legends, which came out obviously many, many years ago, but with a more MMO feel to them. It's okay.
Does it still have RPG elements?
Yeah, there's still leveling up. You've still got all that aspect. As you level up, you unlock new skills which you can apply to your character. And then you've got gear which drops but doesn't change your appearance because you stay as the same. Like, for example, if you're playing as Iron Man, you've got that look of Iron Man. If you gain gear, it just boosts your stats rather than changing your look.
Right.
You can unlock new costumes and things like that, which actually are real money that you'll have to spend on the PlayStation Store to unlock them.
Microtransactions.
Microtransactions, that's the word I'm looking for, thank you. Microtransactions. In the end, it is a free-to-play game. And as a free-to-play game, there's a lot of content there because the whole game's pretty much unlocked to you, as far as I know, for the free-to-play. And
Right.
you can choose characters to play as. I think it gives you a hand-selected view that you can choose from the start if you don't pay any money. And then what you can do is level those characters up, and you can then also buy Founders Packs, which are on the PlayStation Store. And I bought one which gave me access to the closed beta.
Oh, did you get the War Machine?
I did, yeah, which is a PlayStation Plus exclusive pack, I think.
I had a look at that, and there's a Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, there
one.
is.
That's pretty cool.
There's
That
Guardians,
one's quite expensive.
which is about, I think it's about 50 quid.
Yeah, it was.
There's the Avengers pack, Founders pack, which is about 50 quid.
Spider-Man.
There's the X-Men, which is 50 quid. And then Spider-Man's about
Yeah,
15 quid. The War Machine one's on offer at the moment, which is down to about 14 or 13 quid or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you've got Deadpool pack, which is about £15.
But that's good.
So there's a few different ones to gain you access, and what these packs give you then are the characters listed within the pack, the DLC, and you gain some in-game currency and some costumes as well to go along with it. I got the War Machine one because I wanted to throw a little bit of pennies in and see what the game sort of entailed. You all right?
I'm getting bored.
It's a great game.
Just kidding, man.
No, it's really good. I'm enjoying it. It's just the problem is I'm a bit tempted not to play too much of it because on the 18th, when the closed beta finishes, and I believe the open beta starts on the 19th, the wiping all progress.
Of May 2017.
Yeah.
Yes.
The wiping all progress in the game that you've done so far. So it kind of, I'm a bit sort of...
Oh yeah, I suppose that's fair enough for betas, isn't it?
Yeah, but apparently though this will be the last wipe they'll do. So when the open
Oh, right.
beta starts, as you progress, it will just carry on from there when they officially release it. It has been on PC for about 4 years, and I do remember playing it when it first launched, and it was a bit of a... It's just be nice to say it was a bit naff when it first launched, and it's a lot better now. And it runs really well on PlayStation 4. I'm quite impressed by it.
Very good.
And it has local 2-player co-op as well, which is cool.
I didn't know that. For an MMO, that's quite.
It's quite awesome. It's
feature.
basically, like, we'll have a little bash later on after the show if you want. You were actually having a little go on Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, which
That's
is
really good.
PS4,
Yeah.
which is on offer right now.
How much was it?
It's $13.99.
When I get paid tomorrow, I'll buy it.
It's on offer till the 28th, I believe, of this month, or 24th actually. Sorry, of this month. So is the first one. That's a good game. What did you think to that actually? Because that's quite an old PS3 game.
It looked like a brand new game. Graphically, it was amazing. I was really impressed. Which one would you say is better though, the first or the second?
Ooh.
I don't know the difference. I've not played them. I've only played them once before.
I'd probably say the second one's better.
All right, well, I'll get that one.
I'm trying to think, remember the story of the first one. Yeah, the first one limited some of the iconic characters from the Marvel Universe, such as you can't get to play as the Hulk in the first game.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of the X-Men characters aren't available to play.
Right, okay.
Who else? There's some really like obvious ones that you would expect to play as, and they're not available, whereas in the second one, by that point, a lot of the Marvel Cinematic movies had been released. And so, for example, Iron Man had become very, very popular, obviously due to the films. And so when they released Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, he's like the main figurehead of that. Plus, obviously, it's based on Civil War comic, which is obviously Iron Man and Captain America being the two.
Marvel Universe is really cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I prefer the Marvel Universe to the DC Universe.
Yeah, I saw it might have been an article or a video saying that DC's got at least 16 movies planned, which is
it's good
quite
for them.
a lot. It is, yeah, but that is a lot of movies.
I think...
Like Marvel, like when they were starting, I suppose.
Well, I don't think really Marvel... I'm sure they had an idea of what they wanted to accomplish, but I felt with like the Iron Man 1 and the Incredible Hulk, which would had, what's his name, from Fight Club in it?
Brad Pitt?
No, the other one.
Oh, the guy that imagined Brad Pitt.
Yeah. He played Bruce Banner in The Incredible Hulk.
There was a few Hulk films with different actors, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was the Hulk, or just Hulk, which is not tied to the Marvel Universe at all. That was actually made by a entirely different studio.
Really?
Yeah, and then Marvel bought the rights back after that.
Okay.
But The Incredible Hulk is sort of tied to the Marvel Cinematic, which had him like actor in it. I can't think of
And
his
there's a
name.
new 4 film coming out with the Hulk, who looks mental.
Yes.
Like shield and sword.
It's basically a Planet Hulk comic.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, so at that stage early on in the Marvel Cinematic, I don't think really Marvel knew where they were going to go. They were like, we know we want to do comics basically in movie form. We want to do it right. They did Iron Man and then was like, okay, people are actually enjoying this.
Well, what I want to know is where all these films are heading and what's going to happen once they get there.
To get to the Infinity War.
Yeah, but I mean, what's going to happen? What's the future of Marvel after that?
True, a lot of the actors are getting old. Robert Downey Jr. is starting to get a little bit older. Does he want to keep playing Iron Man? I hope so.
Yeah.
At some point, they're going to have to do a soft reboot of some form.
Like X-Men.
X-Men's a bit all over the place. I consider the X-Men almost standalone at each film.
Yeah, it's confusing.
Yeah, I kind of hope Marvel do gain access to the X-Men franchise in movie form again sometime soon. Because I'd be happy for a soft reboot now. Now that Hugh Jackman's sort of, right, I'm done. Excuse me. As long as they're, like, say, right, he's done. As long as they keep Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, keep that in the same style and keep that separate to everything.
Yeah.
I'd be happy for him to just basically take the whole of the rights and start again with it.
Now, as I was saying before about Marvel, I'm quite looking forward to it when hopefully they'll bring out like a super box.
Or like a mega Blu-ray collection.
Yeah, with all of them in.
That'd be cool.
You could have like when the DC films are all done, you could have like a Marvel versus DC super box set.
That'd be cool.
That won't happen, but it'd be cool.
That'd be awesome. Like a superhero collection.
Yeah.
Be full order. Yeah, well, I did actually start collecting a lot of the Blu-rays actually behind me. I had them in chronological order at one point of actually release dates of all. I had about 7 or 8 of the films.
You know, you could probably incorporate Tron, even though it's not Marvel.
It's Disney, but it's not Marvel.
It's all set in a digital world, so I mean, you could like Yeah, you could have Iron Man hacking into it. I don't know where I'm going with this, to be honest.
But anyway, so yeah, I've been playing Marvel Heroes Omega. Coming out very soon. When it comes free to play, I would like you to play with me.
Maybe.
With it. Yeah. We'll give it a go. Well, other than that, I have been playing absolutely sweet FA. I'm busy. Been quite busy recently.
Well, I get in from work, I look at my shelf, like my games, and I'm like, well, no.
It's also having the time to be able to invest into a game for one session.
Well, it's like you sit down and you're like, well, if I had like loads of time and if I was in the mood, I might play The Witcher again and actually try and get somewhere in it because it is a good game and I do want to finish it.
Well, like
but
you say, to play a game of that session, you need at least 2 hours.
There's like Dishonored 2 and XCOM 2 and Watch Dogs 2 and all these other 2s. And
Have you got Watch Dogs 2?
yeah,
Oh, I didn't realise that. Yeah, didn't realise you had that one.
it's okay.
But it's okay, you forgive me.
It's all right.
Oh, you mean the game's okay?
Yeah.
I thought you were saying it's okay, I forgive you for not remembering. Yeah, there's plenty of games that I've got to play, but I just don't have time. With my new job, I'm constantly looking at a PC monitor now.
Yeah.
I find on an evening my eyes are killing me.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I just can't be bothered playing video games
See,
much.
with my job working outside, I get in and my skin is tingling because I need to buy some sun cream.
Oh, you're going to start getting really hot soon.
I have to get like a big hat, like a sombrero.
Hey, I bought you that hat from Mexico.
Yeah, but it doesn't have corks.
From Mexico, not Australia.
I know, but it's got corks.
But yeah, so the other thing I want to discuss actually is sort of maybe the first topic, but we're going to be quite self-indulgent. We're going to talk about Always Games TV for the first topic. Seeing this is officially the 20th episode of the Always Games TV show, which doesn't sound a lot.
I know, it's a long-running show, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
For us. How many years is it now?
We started 4 years ago doing Always Games TV.
Did we?
Yep. Quite a long time ago.
Wow.
I know, it's gone quick, I'd say. But when we originally launched Always Games TV, this is the sort of show I wanted originally. But I didn't have the equipment.
Yes.
2, had no clue how to do it. 3, I didn't have the confidence to be able to do a show like this. And so what we initially started was the Always Games TV podcast, which we just released in audio form. We did release it as a video, but it was kind of just a screen of the Always Games TV logo on YouTube.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, and we did actually 18 episodes of the podcast.
Did we?
Yeah, and then we basically did a soft reboot, a bit like Marvel and Fox. Anyway, we did a soft reboot, and we did the Always Games TV show, which would be purely video format, with audio being released on the, iTunes.
Yes.
So that's why we restarted. That's why I basically put it back to number 1. So in theory, for recordings for this form of content, we've actually done 38 episodes, but only 20 of the official Always Games TV shows.
Right.
Over 4 years. Not a lot within 4 years, but we had a lot of hiatuses in between. I had PC problems, I think it was like one Christmas.
Yeah, you did.
I think I was out of action for like 2 to 3 months of recording.
Yeah.
I remember I'd been really fed up about that. I got really down about that. Because I thought my PC was giving up on me. Before I bought my laptop, which was purely made for editing, I didn't have any money. And I was like, I really want to keep doing videos, but I don't think I can sustain this very long. Luckily, got through that. Felt a bit low, but managed to get through that and get my laptop. And then we started all this up, and yeah, so we're 20 episodes in.
I think we need to do more like Nights of Horror and gameplay videos because I've noticed that you're getting more views on the Nights of Horror.
Yeah, we do pretty well on the Nights of Horror ones. I think I'd like to include other people doing them as well.
We need to add more stupidity.
That we could do very easily. I think we try and rein it in a little bit. With the stupidity.
Oh, I'm going to do that again. Yes, rein it in. Okay.
But yeah, Nights of Horror always. The problem is it's finding the time to be able to do content, which is hard, which is very hard. I need to find an evening to do it. I'm deciding that I'm going to bring back the Retro Rewinds reviews, which is the old school. They get a lot of well, for us they get a lot of views.
At least 20.
Mm-hmm. If we're lucky. And that's when I pay for adverts on Twitter. But yeah, so we've got the Retro Rewinds we're going to bring back, and it's going to be like a 3-minute review. I'll give you a rundown of the history of a video game, where it came from, where it went, what it led to, and then what I'm going to do is do a 4-part Let's Play of that retro game. So if it's like, for example, I'll do one level in an episode, I'll do one level. If it's a multiple game, like for example the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game, which is a 4-player game, we'll get four of us in, and we'll do a 4-part let's play of that.
Raging Justice.
Raging Justice, which actually good segue, sir.
Technically isn't retro because it's not out
Retro
yet.
style, but indie
Retro
game.
styles, yes, not out yet, but it is highly recommended. It was we tried it at EGX, and it was really good fun. So
And
keep your eye out.
It's good that you brought that up actually, because we're starting something new on the Always Games TV show, which is going to be indie game sponsorship.
All right.
And we've actually contacted Mackin Games, which is the developers of Raging Justice, and they are going to sponsor one of our episodes. Just like, yes, cool. So basically the idea is that no money will cross hands or anything like that. It's more of a collaboration between the company and us.
I didn't realise fully that we were going to get sponsored. That bit about me saying Raging Justice is really good wasn't.
You see, he's good, isn't he?
It wasn't sponsored by them. It really was good.
No, but it was a good game, and it is a good game. What we played then, and we've been in contact with them a few times over the past week. You saw him, I believe, over in Birmingham at EGX.
The NEC, was it?
The NEC building,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
I didn't see them. I was busy recording elsewhere in the building, but Tom and I believe Luke. Carl?
Luke. I don't remember.
One of you went over and had a little chat to him.
A couple, isn't it? That's cool.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Husband and wife created it. It looks freaking awesome on Twitter.
Can you pop a link in the description?
I can pop a link in. Do you mean to their main website or to the YouTube channel? Both.
You stick it
Do
all
both.
in, yeah,
Do both.
and the Twitter.
So check them out. They're actually going to be a future sponsor at some point. We're thinking it's going to be probably after E3, just to let all the news blow over, and then it gives us time to be able to focus a little bit on the game.
Quite looking forward to E3.
It's going to be a busy one.
Are you thinking it's going to be a lot of new big name releases, or like,
I think we're going to get a lot of release dates.
or do you think it's going to be absolutely poo?
No, I think there's going to be. I think basically Xbox are going to go in all guns blazing.
Possibly, yeah.
I think with the Scorpio right around the corner, they're going to basically go right. Sony, I believe, was an extremely good conference last year, and Xbox was a bit lacking. I think Xbox are going to take over and go for it.
Scorpio's out at the end of next year, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So wouldn't it be better to have a bigger one next year and just push everything out the door then and be like a massive launch
Could
party
be.
show?
Could be. Yeah, they might be maybe just going a little bit too early off the starter if they.
I have a few
do it out.
predictions for E3, but we're not doing that yet.
Not doing that yet. There's going to be that in the next episode, which
Which is
will
Is that
be in 2 weeks' time.
Right, okay.
And then I believe, let me just check my dates on my calendar, that should be the
14th.
last one before E3. So
It'll be the 21st, the 29th. So it'll be the 29th, won't it? Or 8th?
28th.
28th.
And then literally the next episode, in theory, will be
Is
the
that the
11th
4th?
of June, and E3 started then.
Yes, it has. However, we might not be very well on the 11th.
That's true. Because your birthday's on the 12th of June and mine's on the 13th, and we're having a party on the 10th.
Yeah, so we might do it during that week, or we could do it the
We can always try
following
and
week.
maybe. Are you available on the Friday, maybe before?
Well, I'm just thinking, when's the last E3 show on?
I think it's Wednesday, I believe. The
Right.
conference, obviously, it's all week, but the conference, I believe, is the last one's on Wednesday.
Well, we should try and sort something out for Wednesday.
Yeah,
And that means we'll be able to get a show up for maybe,
before the end of the week.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because it needs to be relevant, doesn't it? with
Yeah,
E3?
exactly. And to be honest, I'm trying to consider what sort of form of content to do over E3 time. Obviously, I'm going to be watching the conference live, even if it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, because I've got all week off. So
I tried to get the week off.
you
Not free though, but I wanted the week off.
for your
Anyway.
birthday.
Yeah, well, it didn't work out.
But what I'm thinking about doing is doing a live recording myself of my own reactions while I'm watching it. So and be a bit like, did you watch the Eurovisions last night?
No.
No, but Graham Norton is hilarious with his reactions. Because basically, I'm going to try and talk and give my reactions to the E3 conferences.
Did see a video this morning about the German Eurovision being very familiar or very similar to Titanium by Sia.
Germany, I think, got 6 points in the end of it.
Yeah, apparently it caused a bit of a controversy
Oh.
or something.
Yeah. But yeah, so they're Germany. Anyway, back to video games. E3, we're trying to work out how we're going to try and do content. We're definitely going to be doing Always Games TV show, like Tom says, with our reactions and then predictions before the E3 events. We'll have a bit of a game with that and see who can get the most predictions correct. Content-wise, for announcements, we'll probably be releasing some trailers onto the YouTube channel as well as the website, so keep checking that out. And we'll probably, hopefully, Not saying I will, but hopefully I'll try and do some reaction videos as well to some of the big ones such as Microsoft and Sony and maybe Nintendo, the big three. So yeah, so check those out. Basically, what I'm saying is like, subscribe, and you'll never miss an episode of us being stupid and try to be informative. That kind of covers everything about us. But yeah, so this is the 20th episode of the Always Games TV show, and hopefully we can get another 20 under our belts.
What are we talking about this show?
Oh yeah, we haven't really got to the official news topics yet. But
right, okay.
Quickly moving on, we'll go on to the first topic of the show. First up, what I want to discuss, actually, and it's one and only topic of today's show. Like I said, it is fairly loose on the ground of news at this present moment. But the first one is, and the only, is about the announcement that EA have put a hold. Are you doing all right there, bud?
Yeah, I'm good.
It gets tight.
Can I borrow this?
Thomas, you should be sugared up to the nines with the Relentless can.
No, I'm good.
You okay? So the first one I want to talk about is that EA have reportedly put the next Mass Effect on hiatus until further notice.
I thought it was a current Mass Effect because they don't need a full team because they're not in full development anymore. They only need a small team. Maybe I don't know about the DLCs, but that's basically what I read up on
There's still a team working on Andromeda to do updates and I believe the DLC.
They are making DLC. Mm-hmm. That's good.
But a lot of the team have been moved to EA Motive.
What they said is because they're not in full development, they don't need the whole team anymore, so they're just shipping them over to another project.
Which I would say a lot of the news which has been reported on this, a lot of the reaction has been like, oh my god, it's because Mass Effect was shit, blah 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 blah. Which it wasn't. It was a good game, but to be honest, this happens a lot within video games industry. Once they've finished the development of a game, to be honest, it's good that they've moved them over onto another game because quite often what happens is they sack people because they don't need them anymore.
Yeah.
So this is actually good news in retrospect because they're moving them onto a different part of the company to work on a different game. So, like, what was your overall opinion of Mass Effect? I haven't played it for a little while.
Well, I played it recently, but I got a little bit bored because I think the amount of side quests and like little missions and side bits that you can do, it's just ridiculous. I mean, I'm not complaining, but I feel kind of lost in it. I don't really know what I'm doing.
I find that the side quests are not as intriguing as, like, for example, Witcher 3's side quests are.
I can't remember what the side quests on Witcher 3 were like because I haven't played much of it and I got lost and I found a troll and it was really strong. And I went, and that was it.
Yeah, that happens a lot in Witcher 3. But what I find with the side quests is they're a lot more, I don't know, cinematic. You forget that they're actually a side quest. There actually is. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Distracting on the laptop screen. So you can clear that off. It's you forget you're no longer on the main quest because the side quest stories are quite in depth.
Yeah, a lot of the ones in Andromeda are not. Not quite. Some of them are, but
some of them are okay. But I find a lot of them have almost gone back to an old style of RPG storytelling.
MMO.
Yeah, like collect 10 rats. You remember that sort of thing? Usually the first quest in most RPGs and MMOs is go kill 10 rats.
I think I played WoW once, and that happened. Yeah. Or so I don't.
It's usually always. It used to happen in Baldur's Gate, in the RPG game. It wasn't an MMO, but that was go kill 10 rats. Go kill 10 rats. You come back and you get your first quest done.
Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent here, but why is there like no RTS games on PS4?
Well, that is definitely a different direction. Control system?
I don't know, like they used to bring out RTSs like Supreme Commander 2, which you couldn't wrap your head around.
No.
You were like, what is going on?
I think it's trying to adapt games like that to the PlayStation controller and stuff.
Yeah.
You need multiple key commands.
I think they've died out a bit now.
RTSs have.
I wish that they'd bring Command and Conquer back.
It's mainly open world RPGs, which are the most popular thing at the present moment.
Yeah, but I'm getting bored of them. Like anyway, they're making every game now. Like Ubisoft's like making everything open world, and it doesn't make it better.
Yeah, I'm trying to reel you back in, by the way, into the open world aspect.
Mass Effect.
The Mass Effect.
Right, yeah, Mass Effect.
It was okay. I think, to be honest, the downfall is with the Mass Effect franchise. Is this could be because it didn't get a great reception. That this could be the final nail in the coffin for the Mass Effect franchise. They needed to come out the gates all guns blazing after 3 because they got such a bad rap about 3.
I quite enjoyed it.
I never played it.
Yeah, it was pretty good, but it was the ending that everyone hated. But
yeah,
I don't really remember much. I don't think it was too bad.
Apparently, they did a DLC update for it, which actually apparently fixed all that.
I don't remember. I remember a planet, or was it a planet?
I don't know. I presume it's a planet, isn't it?
I remember like a big war and lasers and giant robots. I mean Reapers.
But you
Yeah.
see, they needed to. The problem is there was a bit of bad stigma around Mass Effect 3. And so they needed Andromeda to be something very special to wipe the slate clean. And unfortunately, I think with it being not doing that and getting a little bit of a bad rap for animation and other aspects, that it hasn't done that. And I think EA is going to be like, let's put it on hiatus. But I honestly think this is it for Mass Effect. I believe it's done. We won't be getting another Mass Effect for a long time. And I'm talking long time.
Like 7 years.
I'm thinking maybe 10 to 15 if we ever get another one.
It's quite a long time, isn't it?
Full, and then when it happens, it'll be a full reboot. And to a point where a new generation of gamers
So-
will have come up.
So you'll be like 40, 45?
Mm-hmm.
Will you still be gaming then?
Of course I will.
With your arthritic thumbs? And
Yeah, I'll be
stuff?
like, fuck. You know, but I'll get it done.
You get like robot thumbs.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of hoping the future will be a bit like Deus Ex, and then I'll be like super fast with my controls. And just have robotic arms.
And then there'll be a big cyborg or anti-cyborg war, and they'll hunt you down and kill you because of your robot thumb.
Right, one robot thumb.
Yeah.
Which is like, I've seen my thumb. Like Ben's like, anyway, yeah, that's from
Nice one.
Too many video games.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, so apparently within the show we now worked out that Mass Effect may have come to an end and that we're going to have a cybotic war and I'm going to die because of my robotic thumb. Yay!
Sorry, we were trying to rein in the stupidity.
So, Mass Effect, do you think it's done or not?
No.
No?
No, I think they'll do another one.
They're going to do another one. What's your time frame? Do you think they're going to probably create another one? What's your prediction in that aspect?
Fly. 5 or 6 years.
5 or 6 years. What is your prediction on Mass Effect? Do you think it's the end of it? Do you think they're just hiatus just to news is blowing this out of control a little bit? Or do you think it's going to come back anytime soon? Let us know down in the comments below and let us know what you think. That is basically the only topic we've got for this show. We've got nothing else. It's quiet. Video games are quiet at the moment.
Yeah.
Really quiet. I saw some adverts for the Switch the other day. They're getting a few more video games on that.
Is there any new games coming out lately? Like, when are they bringing Elite Dangerous to PS4?
It's coming out. It's out on Xbox One, isn't it?
Yes, it's been out on Xbox One.
I believe
for a
it's
while.
back end of this year.
Yeah,
Oh, is it June? I think it might be June time.
The thing about that is, I've got it on PC and Xbox, but I sold my Xbox and I've deleted it on my PC because it's really shallow.
But they've introduced two people ships now.
Yeah, but you're still doing the same thing. If they added like proper missions and more story, and it's lacking. It's like a mile wide and an inch deep.
A bit like, yeah, a lot of video games like that, Mom. Battlefront had that issue. Yeah,
Yes.
I can understand that. But you see,
Graphically, it's good.
I basically want us to sort of have like the Millennium Falcon, and I can be Han Solo and you can be Chewie.
It doesn't work like that, and I can't growl like Chewie, as we know.
I don't know, you've never growled at me.
No.
Okay, I'll do cute to do it, but you're like, no, fuck that, no. But yeah, no, there's that coming out. We've got, obviously, like I said, Marvel Heroes Omega coming out soon, which I'm looking forward to for definite. Then we've got Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor, which I think we're going to get an announced date at E3. But we'll get more into predictions in the next show.
Yeah, I was about to say something then, and I realised that's probably a prediction, so but not.
But other than that, I think it's a fairly quiet time. But I think literally the week running up to E3, we're going to be stacked with information on what we're going to have to talk about. We will have trailers, we'll have a release date, we'll have the cosplay costumes that we'll want to talk about and drool over. We'll, I meant the men.
Okay, I'm going to get someone else to help you. Don't know who yet. I know. I've got a good mate that you'll probably. Anyway,
Moving swiftly on. Well, what's the fourth one? There'll be so much information that I don't think we'll even have time to be able to talk about it all. Because everybody gets out the gate early with information before.
I'll do like a quick fire round.
Announcements, boom, boom, boom. But other than that, I just want to say, to wrap up the show, Tom, thank you very much for joining me once again. It's been a fairly short show again, but like I said, as time goes on, these are going to get long shows. But thank you very much for joining us. You can check me out on Twitter, which is at The Geekkeeper. You can check Tom out on Twitter, which is at OutcastReaver.
Yeah.
Yep. And you can check out AlwaysGamesTV at AlwaysGamesTV. But before we go, I just want to say thank you very much for watching the first 20 episodes of the Always Games TV show. And then if you've listened to the first 18 of the Always Games TV podcast. Thank you very much. And
you.
hopefully we will get another 20 episodes under our belt.
I'm really sorry. I thought I misheard you there. I thought you said it's always KFC. That's
our next channel we're going to start.
Slogan to live by.
Always KFC. Thank you very much, guys, and we'll see you hopefully in the next episode. Bye.